I believe that the European Union has had a bit of a disconnect in trying to registering people's nations' votes in distinct issues of the European Union. For instance, starting with the European Constitution, about I think it was 2004 when the French people voted against having the European Constitution, which was a big shock for the rest of the European nations that had voted in favor. That was something that I don't think was well registered, and soon after that we had the Euro crisis. But then the Euro crisis was again identified and spotted as a national crisis, like a Greek crisis, and then it became a systemic crisis to the rest of the European countries, continuing with Ireland and Portugal and now Spain. And it touches Italy, it touches France, and it's been 3 years, and the European Union seemed not to come up with some forceful response that would actually change, if you wish, completely the curse, the movement, if you wish, of this crisis. And we seem to just plow along, just kick the can down the road, just move a little bit into policies that would help not dissolve, of course, the European Union, but strengthen it, but in a very, very slow motion manner. And as it was discussed earlier today, there is obvious, if you wish, this crisis presents the difficulties of the union. First of all, yes, we do have a union, but it's more of a currency union. And then when we come up with the EFSF as a tool to resolve countries' independent high levels of indebtedness, still again, money cannot be given unless you have a democratic election from parliaments that would allow for that to happen. So that is another issue here. We don't really have a political union. And then what about the fiscal union? We also don't have a fiscal union. Yet we're having one currency that is representing 17 different countries with completely different productivity levels. And then the system that connects all 17 countries, instead of becoming stronger and more united, it looks like it shows its deficiencies and it becomes more and more deficient. Looking at the national elections of the countries now, and I would say starting with Greece, where we had 2 year earlier elections, parliamentary elections, I don't think people in Europe registered the disappointment starting with of the Greek people, starting with the fact that a very big level of the Greek electorate voted dissatisfaction to the way we were resolving the crisis. And locally in Greece, every policy was covered with Europe. Europe asks us to do this. Europe asks us to do that. These type of austerity measures are because of the European Union, and this is because. So there was a strong disagreement of that. And also we have had the emergence in Parliament of something unique and first time ever in Greek politics of a very strong right-wing party, where about over 500,000 people have voted for. And I don't think 500,000 people are fascist in Greece. It's just a strong reaction of the fact that things don't work. The government in Greece is not really providing services. Salaries are reduced to 1/4 of what they used to be. Pensions are reduced to 1/4 of what they used to be. There are over close to 3 million immigrants. We don't even know, we have lost count of how many are illegal, how many are not. We have pockets of immigrants living in urban areas where then every time the citizens that live there try to call the police for either resolve an issue or have regular service provision, police officers don't show up. They make 500 euros a month. They are not willing, they have a family, they're not really willing to go and put themselves in a position of endangerment. So these are the dissolutions, if you wish, that that were not, I believe, registered, and they are, again, perceived as a Greek issue. Now we see the Italian elections and the results of the recent Italian elections, and I would like to see some real registering of the outcome of these elections. Criticizing the outcome of the elections is not really helping us come to a solution, right? And Italy, as far as I'm concerned, is not really the south of Europe in terms of the way we have understood the south, like Greece is the south or Portugal is the south. Italy is a G8 country, strong manufacturing economy, and if Italy hasn't gotten, and Italians haven't understood that there is a crisis, then there is a problem. There is a problem with the way either things have been transmitted to them, there is a problem with the way the European Union has been presenting its issues to them, or there is a problem with the way the politics of the Union have managed this crisis. But Europe is, the European Union and the Eurozone is a family of 17 members. And breakdowns should bring us closer together and should generate breakthroughs where the Union is stronger, more productive, more agile, more fast, and able to come up with solutions right away. And I strongly hope that we will not have a repetition of bad, or in quotation marks, bad, or unmanageable solutions like the outcomes we have seen in the Italian elections continue.